Upfront and Outspoken with Bob Williams. If you love the Constitution,
man is not free unless government is limited.
if you love freedom,
As government expands, liberty contracts.
if you believe in personal responsibility, if you believe America is still the greatest nation on earth, then get ready for an experience you'll never forget. This is Upfront and Outspoken. Here's your host, Bob Williams.
Some folks are born made to wave the flag. Ooh, they're red, white, and blue.
And good morning. This is Upfront Outspoken. Of course, I'm your loudmouth host, Bob Williams, on this cold, miserable, what can I say, Monday. But the highlight of my day is on the phone with me. He is a award-winning independent country music artist, TV celebrity, all-around great guy, and I'm expecting the check in the mail probably tomorrow. I'm talking about none other than Jimmy Parker. Welcome once again to the show, Jimmy. Always glad to have you.
Hey, thank you very much, Mr. Bob Williams. Nice to talk with you again. And yes, the check is in the mail, or should be to get there tomorrow or Wednesday. And I appreciate all those kind words you just said.
And they are heartfelt. Seriously, you can keep the check. That's okay. I do it because I love you so much. You're great.
I've already put it in the mail.
Well, tell the postman to give it back to you. Now, Jimmy, what can I say? I have been following you now for about 2-3 years almost already, and
I think a little bit more than that.
Probably. And here you are. You won an award last year. Let me get it right. Independent Country Music Male Artist of the Year. You also won another award during that same ceremony. You are a TV celebrity, which I'll let you talk about here.
I wouldn't go too far as saying a celebrity.
Oh, come on now. The minute you're on TV, you got 15 minutes of fame. So you're a celebrity. Give me a break here.
I'll look at it that way when they give me a line to speak, and then they put me as a regular on the TV show.
Well, hey, what was it? You remember Hee Haw? How many of those girls never had a line? I know you don't have the legs that they got, but still, come on. They made But
Well, I've been fortunate. I've been on the Nashville show on ABC. That's been fortunate. I've been at least have worked with them at least 2 times every season. This is the 3rd season, so we just did a show the other day with them. I'm not sure if I'll be seen in it, but I was part of the group, and it's always fun to do that. Every one of those things that I do like that is a learning experience for me. So I take that experience I learn and take it with me into other projects or other shows that they call me for, or with my buddy Kenny Lee, who's on the ground floor starting a TV show right now called Hicksville.
Okay. You want to give me kind of a clue of what that might be about? Or is it just a bunch of hicks sitting around drinking beers, shooting the shit?
Yeah, it's going to be a little takeoff on Hee Haw. It's got those kind of like those real quick comedy skits, and be back and forth, and then we're going to mix some music in. We'll be singing some of our songs and things like that. And it's on the ground floor, and it's just on internet TV. But we did the first episode of it a couple of weeks ago, and we had over 180,000 views on the initial episode.
Wow. You got to have those guys contact us, because I mean, the boss, he's standing in front of me, and he says, hey, we got to get that show on our network. Okay, well, so there you go. There's a plug for you. Now, Jimmy, I have to ask you, what are you looking at for 2015?
Well, here recently, I did a lot of house concerts last year, and I'm hoping to repeat those. I've already got 3 bookings in so far. Usually the winter months, right now is my slow time of the year. I don't have a lot of work coming around. That's what enables me to get with Nashville TV show and all that. But I'm hoping I can start. I got a few tentative bookings coming up. One in March, hopefully down in Texas, and always try to get something else along with those house concerts to add in. You know, it helps on the road with expenses and everything. But I'm sure they'll be coming in. But if anybody is interested in a house concert, what they are is I come right straight to your house and set up, and I can do it on a minimal scale or a larger scale. And I play my music for you, your friends, and your neighbors, and whoever else you invite. And it's little or no cost to the host, and it's always a fun experience, and it's a very intimate experience because we try to involve the people with music, and it's not like a party where you would get a entertainer just stand in the corner and play background music while everybody else is having fun and partying. This is an actual concert in which you come and listen or stand and watch the entertainer and listen to their music.
That sounds like a lot of fun. You know, they invited me to one of those things, but I got kicked out because they called me a loudmouth. I'm too politicized, and they said that I cause too much trouble. I'm an equal opportunity offender, is what they said. So they won't let me to these things. Jimmy, now I understand a very, and I'm gonna give him a plug here along with it. I understand a very good friend of yours from Australia is going to be coming this direction this year, and I'm talking about Born and Bred. Are you guys going to hook up at all?
Oh gosh, I really want to. I have bookings right now in Virginia. I've got 2 concerts in Virginia, May the 8th and 9th, and I've got 3 pending on that, and then possible 1 or 2 in North Carolina. And that will take probably about 2 weekends there out of that, and I'll be gone for like about 10 days. I'm hoping that I can get a chance to see him because, I mean, Paul's like a brother to me. He's on the other side of the world, but he's just as close to me as a brother. I love that guy.
You know, we've had Paul on here a couple times, but we look forward. We're trying to set it up again where we can get Paul to come back on, and maybe, you know, we could get it somehow, some way where we get the 2 of you on the same thing. Even though you have problems with Skype, that's about the only way we're going to be able to do this.
Well, I'll do this for you, Bob. I'll go back in and download it to my computer and see what happens with it, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, well, like I said, if we can get you and Paul together, that'd be superb. That'd be like
let's do an interview with him. That'd be a chat conference right there.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, the one thing, you know, I want to play one of your songs real quick here. The song is called "You Never Know." Now you've been really plugging this song. Let me guess. There's hints of awards for this one again this year.
Well, you never know.
Oh, gee, thanks. Here he plugs the title of his own song, and I just did it. Thanks a lot, guys.
The video of it is up for an award this year on the National Universe, which is an organization here in Nashville that can, you know, fans and all can join their network. I think it's nationaluniverse.com, and they can go in and vote if they want to. But I think, not necessarily pushing it for an award, but I think the song itself is just one great song. And why it has not hit mainstream radio, I don't know.
Hey, now wait a minute, Jimmy. Come on.
Yes.
We've got. You know, we may be a small network, you know, of community radio stations, but we do better than mainstream around here.
Well, I sometimes tend to agree with that.
You know,
But what I'm talking about is, like, you know, Nashville seems like when you get down to a really serious type song, that they just thwart it. They don't pay any attention to it because it doesn't have beer, trucks, roads, dirt roads, or whatever in it.
Right.
All that. But I got a little surprise for them coming up because I've written a song to show them that an old fart and a jackass like me can still do it. So,
now we're gonna get that before you release it, right?
yeah, more than right. I'll make sure you get a copy.
See, we always get the copy after he's got it out. Don't kid yourself, folks. He always lets everybody else have it first. Can I tell you? No, seriously, Jimmy's really great. I want everybody give a listen right now because this is indeed a very sentimental song, and even I do not understand why the big broadcast radio stations or networks haven't picked up this. It is a beautiful song. I want you all to listen to it. You Never Know by my friend and guest, Jimmy Parker.
You're my bestest friend. You're my bestest friend, Jimmy.
his wife at gate number 5, headed on another red-eye flight. Told her he'd be back on the 9th, and they'd find the time to take the kids out on the coast, do the things that really matter most. But he won't be coming home this time. Guess you never know. You never know. In this here today and gone tomorrow. So don't be fighting with your brother. Tell your mama that you love her, and hold your woman tight and don't let go, 'cause you never know. So I took my own advice and I held my woman tight. I cry about my brother's life nearly every night. I think about our year-long grudge. Mama begged me to call him up, what I wouldn't give to go back. 'Cause you never know. No, you never know. In this here today and gone tomorrow. So don't be fighting with your brother. Tell your mama that you love her. Hold your woman tight and don't let go. 'Cause you never know. Forgiveness, man, tomorrow ain't a promise. Call 'em up tonight and let it go. Cause you never know.
And that is, of course, Jimmy Parker, and You Never Know. And like I said, Jimmy is on the phone with me. And Jimmy, you know, that song, now I know, we've talked about it before. I know there is a reason behind it. So I'm going to ask you to once again tell all the listeners why this song.
Okay, You Never Know, when I first heard it, I just knew it was a great song. It's just sometimes an artist, you know, you listen to a lot of songs, and I'm not going to say there's ever a bad song, but there's good songs and there's great songs. And this one fit in the latter category for me. And the words were very touching, and it's very simply written. That's another thing about a great song is it's just so simple to it. The lyrics are simple, and that's why I think it just touches everybody because of the simplicity to it. But if you listen to the message about it, you know, tell your mama that you love her. Call your brother up if you've been mad at him, or if you've been in a family quarrel with him. Get it over. Go apologize or ask for forgiveness or forgive. And because, as the song says, you never know what's going to happen, because tomorrow is not promised. It's not promised. And we don't know if we're going to go today, tonight, or any second. And we never know.
That's true. That's very so very true. And the thing is you know, we as people, we have a tendency to carry grudges. And for me, when I hear this song, it reminds me that, you know, maybe, you know, I've got to learn how to treat people better, so that way they know that, hey, you know, no hard feelings across the board here. And if something does happen, I'm going to feel a little bit better about myself because I tried to make the corrections in my life to encompass them, to say, hey, forgive me, you know, I forgive you as long as you forgive me. The one thing that last year when you won your award, now I forget what song it was that actually got you to that pinnacle. What song brought you to become, the entertainer, the male artist of the year?
And entertainer of the year. I got both awards.
That's right. You did get both awards.
Yeah, it was really heartfelt and touching and humbling to get those awards too. But I gotta say, I think I've had 3 songs or 4 songs that have been out there that have really, really pushed me up to a stature of what a lot of people now know my name. And I think it began with the song Daddy, which was written by Lauren Wolf, and a song about the dysfunctional family, and it's the story is through the eyes of the father and dealing with this little girl. And then I think the one after that was Thought I'd Be Home by Now. Rick Tiger, Bill Seymour, and Victoria Woodworth wrote that one, and that was almost like my life story. And the video followed that line too, showing me as a young kid up to into 20s or 30s, and then finally up to my present state. And we put that into the video of the song. And then I had another song, More Than You Know, written by Dave Watson. That song went #1, stayed in the top 10 for about 17 weeks over on the international country charts. And it hit #1, I think, 3 times, and was in the top 10 for, like I said, 17 weeks. And then, of course, this new one, You Never Know. I haven't really pushed that because it came out in the fall, and when I got to a point where I thought we were going to push it, we decided, no, let's wait because it's coming up on the holidays. Christmas is going to be taken over, so we just waited until after after all the holidays in the 1st of January to put that song out there.
Now that, like I said, I
think those 4 songs have helped me a lot in getting my name out there and getting my music out there too.
Yeah, indeed. When the very first time I ever heard Daddy, it kind of reminded me when I was a kid and my parents got divorced, and there was that rift that was there. Although it didn't turn out quite like the video, but it not only was it a superb song you did, it was a great video. And then Thought I'd Be Home by Now, that one I guess so many of us can relate to, because there are those people who have a tendency to wander from the way they were raised, or they just run away, or trying to run away from a problem and realize, hey, after all these years, you've got to make full circle. You've got to come full circle, and I think that was the core element in that particular song, that eventually we all have to go full circle. Would you say that would be pretty much the essence of Thought I'd Be Home?
Yes. It starts off, of course, when I set out to be on my own. It starts out like that, and we started off showing a young kid packing his little bag, and he runs away from home, and basically he's out to find himself. Then it shows him in his 20s, and he's hitchhiking across the country, and he's walking the roads and living the life similar of not a tramp, but living it kind of like just maybe a hobo, if you want to say that. But and then it transforms into me later in life. But what the message is in there is it's saying that you're chasing something, and a lot of times what we chase are dreams, and those dreams can take us a lifetime to chase and even find out if they're real or not. And sometimes we don't find it either. And that's when it comes full circle. We either find it or we don't. But we get to a point in our life that we always end up back home. But is it sooner or later than we thought?
Exactly. Jimmy, we've only got a few seconds left, and I do want people to go and check out your music, check out your website. How do they go about getting all of the above?
JimmyParkerMusic.com, www.JimmyParkerMusic.com. They can hear all my music, see all my videos. If they want to get me on Facebook, go to Facebook.com/Parker's Jukebox. I would appreciate if any of them would go out there and just like that page at Parker's Jukebox on Facebook.com.
All right, Jimmy, stay on the line with me for a few minutes. Everybody else, you know what that means. Time for me to get out of here. Stay tuned, because coming right up after NPR News, Ed Till will be with you all the way up until 4 o'clock. Until tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., this is Bob Williams. Take care of yourselves.